Where should you go on your first date? On a first date, where do you take your date? What topics do you typically discuss? In order to assist you take your relationship in the direction that you want it to go. Here are some things to keep in mind before going on a first date. 1. Take her to a place that you go often. If you take her to an establishment in which everyone is familiar with you, you will increase both your credibility and your worth. Make a pit stop and have a conversation with the employees there. Acquire their names and make certain that they are familiar with yours. It makes nothing but positive statements about you. Create a location just like this one if you don't already have one. 2. Take her to a restaurant that offers a unique experience. It is a lot more enjoyable to eat sushi or true ethnic food than it is to go to a restaurant that serves more traditional cuisine. You do not want it to be so exciting that there is constantly something wild going on, and you are unable to chat to her because of it. Just make sure that it has its own distinct flavor. 3. Relax. When you let your guard down and demonstrate that you are comfortable, your date will feel more at ease. If you feel yourself becoming anxious or tight, take a few slow, deep breaths, relax the muscles in your shoulders, and force yourself to smile. Just keep your attention on enjoying yourself. 4. Put an end to your unrealistic aspirations. So many of the men I hang out with frame everything they do in terms of the expectations others have of them. They have the misconception that if they pay for dinner together, it indicates that they are going to become husband and wife. If you spend the time that you're together having fun, acting as you would around someone you already know well, and showing that you couldn't care less if anything happens between the two of you, you'll have a much better chance of moving things forward than if you act as if she's the first girl you've seen in 20 years. Acting really nervous, and being so stupid that she runs away. If you spend the time that you're together having fun, acting as you would around someone you already know. 5. Avoid talking about mundane issues that aren't interesting or guy stuff. Discussing the woman's profession, where she has been, or educational background is a certain way to make yourself seem like every other dull guy out there. If she is already extremely interested in some areas, such as sports or doing weights, then you should only speak about themes often associated with men, such as sports or lifting weights. In addition to this, avoid becoming too fixated on a single subject as if it were the only matter open to debate. If a discussion dies, let it go. 6. You should always be prepared to tell a tale or two in case you find yourself at a loss for words. Having a few anecdotes under your sleeve that you can tell whenever the mood strikes is one of the most effective methods to keep a conversation going. When the other person is through talking, you might start a tale by saying anyway. It is not necessary for the narrative to be really incredible, rather, it should be just a little bit unique. Share a tale of a time when you went on a date and your date said or did anything that made you feel awkward or made you laugh. Relationship topics are always popular with women, and in my experience, they are also the ones that are the least difficult to think of. If you're experiencing issues, pick up a magazine targeted toward women and read it for 15 minutes. There ought to be more than enough topics for conversation for you to choose from there. 7. Have a passing familiarity with a wide range of topics. You could ask me practically anything, and I would probably have at least enough knowledge to speak to you for at least 5 minutes about it. When you have more information about a subject, it is much simpler to have meaningful talks about any issue. 8. If your date wants to chat, you should give her your whole attention. People have a natural need to communicate and a strong sense that what they have to say matters. This does not imply that you should bombard her with inquiries in the hope that she would open up to you. If she is not currently talking, you are free to continue. However, if she is talking, you shouldn't interrupt her. 9. Don't worry about trying to outdo your date, just be yourself. Speaking about how much money one has, what sort of vehicle one drives, or anything else that gives the impression that one is trying too hard to impress a woman is one of the worst things a man can do. Let her discover out for herself whether you have a nice home or automobile when she sees it. If you do, do not be shocked if she does not find it to be impressive in any way. It will serve you far more to just be a laid-back, enjoyable, and easygoing person than to make an effort to impress her. 10. Make a strategy. You really need to have a strategy for your date. In addition, despite the fact that you need to have everything prepared, you ought to also be adaptable. Don't be so set in your ways that you can't adjust your agenda if something comes along that may potentially be a lot of fun. Your strategy ought to serve more as a guideline to ensure that you never find yourself without anything to accomplish.